Hello and welcome to another tutorial video brought to you by Laggy Gamer. Just a quick side note, this is a voiceover. There was a lot of noise in the kitchen where I was making this and I had to do the audio over because wife and mom were just making a noise. Okay, so in this video, what we will be doing is making a cheap DIY LED light for streaming, gaming, or whatever else you want to use it for. Here we have a piece of cardboard 26 centimeters by 26 centimeters square. We are finding the center of it by drawing diagonal lines from one corner to the other corner. Alright, I now am going to be drawing a square in the center of the piece of cardboard, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. This will be the base. Call it that, the base or the back of the light. This is taking me a lot longer than it should. I can now criticize myself because this is a voiceover. Okay, we are getting to a full square. This is taking a bit longer than it actually looks like. And you'll see why this square is actually necessary later on in the video. Oh, by the way, this video is recorded on a Huawei P20 Pro, 1080p 60 FPS. There's a bit of autofocus going on there. I really don't know why, but the quality is still good. Okay, there we go. My art so far. So we have a 26 centimeter square cardboard, 10 centimeters square in the center. What I'm doing here is I'm marking out a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter line on each side of the diagonal line brought across. This is for the cutouts for when you fold the light to make that dish shape. You will see later on in the video. So there I'm trying to show you 2 centimeters from there, from that line. I did it on all four sides. For the cutouts. I should actually put music in between where I'm not talking. But anyway, this is like the 100th take on this video and I'm not re-recording it. I'm done now. What you get is what you get. I hope you enjoy it. But it's so cool to be able to criticize myself. Look at my stomach hanging on the table. How funny is that? The concentration in that man's face. Okay, cool. So now from those 2 centimeter marks, you draw it to one of the corners of the square, the opposite corner of the square. You'll see now, I will show you a picture of it. But each 2 centimeter mark that you drew, you pull it to the corner opposite those marks. Kind of looks like a tie, but that's what we're going for. And that should be the last one that I'm drawing. Again, sorry for the autofocus. Every time I got close to the camera, it would decide to autofocus on me. Yes, readjust. Well done. What a cameraman. What a professional cameraman. I feel like Deadpool right here. I can talk about myself while watching myself. It's random. Okay, cool. This is where the really sharp equipment comes out. A new blade in the Stanley knife. And we proceed to cut out those, let's call them tie-shaped wedges that we have drawn. So you take those 2 centimeters to the center and 2 centimeters and you cut it out and it looks Pretty much like that. Self-explanatory. Watch the fingers. And voila. Cutout number 1. 3 more to go. Don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually we will get there. On a note, this is the second blade. The first one was an old one and it didn't cut so well. Second piece of cardboard as well. Please use a new knife, a new blade, so it is really nice and sharp and it gets the job done well. You will need it for later on in the video. You will see why. We have to cut tin foil, and if the knife is not sharp, it's just going to tear. Cool beans. And then the last cutout. Those feet or those cutouts that you see lying on the table, I have kept those. Those will be for the feet on the back of the light. There will be some pictures at the end of this video showing exactly how I've used it, where it's mounted for now, and what it will be used for. Okay, on those 10 centimeter lines, just score the cardboard lightly, don't cut too deep. This is to allow the cardboard to bend a little bit more easily on those lines. There we go. Now the fun process starts, the bending, and you can kind of see the gist of where this light is going. Nicely bent there, well done, WaterPro. So that's the basic shape of the light. Nice, small, and compact. Alright, cool. In this section we will be sticking the foil to the inside of the light with Prit or any other liquid glue that you can apply to the cardboard to make it stick. We will then be cutting it out and having a look at the shape and the design of the light almost closer to completion. There we go. The majestic Prit blends in with my shirt. Give a good liberal application of it. We do not want this tinfoil coming off at any point in its life. Get it on there. Get it on there. Nice and thick. Last two sides. Just making sure that it's really, really nice and thickly applied, so the foil sticks while we are connecting the LED lights to it. We don't want the LED lights to pull the foil off at any point, otherwise it will not work. Okay, sticking the foil, there was a technical error there, malfunction between the brain and hands. I started to cut it out from the top down, not thinking correctly. I then decided to put my brain into overdrive mode and turn the cardboard around and cut out the right way. You can see there, I realized, yeah, now I have stuffed up. This is not going to work well. And you'll see me then realize, no, wait, this is not working as well as I thought it was. Let's turn it over and we will try it the other way. No, yes, there we go. Look at that. The thought process is now set in that this is much easier. And it technically was. We then, look at that. Look at that concentration on that man's face. He is going for gold, people. Going for gold. Yes, in this process, it takes a bit of time. But like I said, nice sharp scalpel and Stanley knife, and it goes really, really quickly. This part of the video is pretty much self-explanatory, so I'm not going to talk. You can watch what I'm doing, but I'm going to explain some other things to you while this is continuing. You can increase the size of your cardboard. It doesn't have to be 26 centimeters by 26. You can make it any size you want. You just have to work out how much you need to cut out. So on a 26 by 26, I use 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters. So if you make it, double up, then you make it 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. You get the gist of it. So you can increase or decrease the size of your cardboard box to get the size of your cutouts proportionate to the size of your light. If you want the light to close at a tighter angle, you just have to increase the size of your cutouts. I haven't worked that out yet. If you'd like me to try and work that out for you, I can add it in a separate video or just add it in later. There will be a photo at the beginning of this video showing you all the tools that I used. There really wasn't much. You can get them, you should have them at your house. If not, you can get them at the local hardware store, at your local Pick and Pay, ShopRite. Besides the Standing Knife, all the rest can be bought at your local hardware store or your CNA or wherever. But they are readily and easily available, especially in the time we are in at the moment. Cool. Cleaning up mess. The light is 85% done. In the next video you will see there was a big gap between this part and that part, as I tried to stick my LED lights directly to the foil without cutting them, but they did not bend around the corners properly, so I had to actually cut and solder each individual strip that I stuck down, but that you'll see in the next video. So there we go. Close your Prit, clean up your mess, get your glue gun ready for the next part of this video. Okay, this section is pretty self-explanatory. It's just applying the hot glue to the edges so that the light keeps its form. I'm not going to play out this whole clip. I'm going to cut it short and go to the next scene of the light actually completed. But what happened from here was I hot glued all the sides together, neatened it up, made the hole in the side of the light on one of the cuts to feed the LED power through and the LED lights. I then tried to stick the LED lights without cutting into sections on the foil, but because of that angle, the LED light doesn't bend and conform well to that particular angle of where I'm rubbing my fingers there. As you can see, that LED light doesn't bend around that, so I had to cut each individual LED strip and solder each one as we went along till the end of my strip. You will see it in the last bit of the video clip. So what I've done is I've built myself like a face light, a gentle light that I can shine onto myself while recording. There's a big gap between this video and the last one. The reason for that was my strips did not bend at those corners, so I had to cut them, stick them down individually, and then solder each one up to one another. Bit of a mission, but well worth it. I'm taking it. This literally cost me, if I had to say 50 Rand, that would be a lot. That's like not even, maybe about $3, if that. Yeah, it's about $3 this light cost. And it's not a replacement for anything expensive. You know, this is just, you know, the situation that we're facing at this time of in the world is facing. So money's tight. So I thought, let me just go ahead and make a video for everyone who is getting into the streaming, might be starting, and doesn't have a lot of funds like me. So this is a test with the light off. That is my diffusion paper, and we will compare. Light on. So it is pretty bright. It does a good job of lighting everything up. As you can see, it has got bright in the kitchen. The light does work. It's just supposed to be a soft light for your face. Okay. I'm just going to gently put the diffusion paper over. This will be stuck down at a later time. And that's what it looks like with the diffusion paper. So a nice gentle light on your face. There will be a tutorial. I will finish the video. And then I'll explain with voiceover exactly everything that I've done to get to this point in time. Okay, those pieces there came from the cutouts that were in here. I'm going to use those for feet. If you'd like to spray paint it, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to spray paint it today as it's getting late outside and it won't dry in time.